Alright, so this video I'm talking about what has changed throughout my trading journey and my psychology within that trading journey. So, everything that I've learned up until now, especially with emotions in trading, is that I think the biggest thing that I can even say is that the more trades that you actually take is the more times you're going to be set back in weeks, days, months, maybe. I don't know. Depends how long it takes for you to actually learn that lesson of over trading, revenge trading, just overall not trying to take your time with it. I feel like if you try to get rich quick, if you try to rush the process, the more emotional that you are actually going to become. And so the reason why I'm saying that is because, for example, if you're on the charts, you lose $400. You're going to want to hop back in. Okay, I got to make that money back and I got to break even. And with my experience from revenge trading, you're usually forcing a setup. You're usually running into a trade where liquidity has already been taken and ran. Um, or with overtrading, if you're just hopping on the charts whenever because you're bored and not having a certain time window where you're actually supposed to be trading, like for example, I only allow myself to trade New York AM. If you allow yourself to trade Asia, London, like just outside of setup at all, like I don't know, like freaking 4 p.m. Pacific time. I don't maybe that's like 7 p.m. EST. I don't even know. Um, well, that's actually still inside Asia, but 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you're trading with like around that where market conditions aren't always the same from where you're running your strategy, or if you're just trading off confluence alone, that's not enough. That's what I've really learned about this. And why this actually matters when you're on the chart is because you're not ever going to be consistent if you don't have a strategy. So I only trade from 9:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time till 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I only have like an hour and 15-minute window to trade, and usually market conditions are always nearly the same compared to if I was going to be trading Asia, which is a whole entire different session. So if you're going to be over trading, if you're going to be revenge trading, you're only going to be setting yourself back more because of the fact that you let these emotions come into play where, oh, I just lost $400. I feel so shitty. I'm gonna hop in again. I need to make that money back. Oh, now you're down 800, and oh, I can hop in again. My risk to reward ratio allows 3 losses before I even break even, and then you're just gonna continue on a losing streak just off of emotions alone, off of forcing trades because of your emotions, and off of just not even having a strategy at all in the first place. I mean, that was me. I was just straight up trading off confluence and like guessing whether or not it's going to be like, okay, is this going to be a reversal? Is this going to be a continuation after sweeping this liquidity? That doesn't work. You should really have a proven back tested method and setup for what you're actually going to be using. I mean, setup and strategy isn't the same thing to me. I mean, people may word this differently, but strategy is repeating the same thing every single time you trade and winning most of the time. You should have a high probability of your setup by back testing your setup and finding out, okay, is this 80%, 60%, 70%, whatever. Okay? As long as it's over maybe, I don't know, 60%, and you can have those high, like, full TP hits, you're going to be a profitable trader. And that's what I really learned. That the more trades you take, the more you're setting yourself back and the more you're failing yourself and delaying yourself to be profitable, to actually like get to a payout or continue a payout after that, getting overconfident or being fearful on the charts or just letting any emotion come into play without, truly letting your technical analysis run. All right. The emotions is what will kill you in trading. And that's what I've learned. I mean, I'm down like, I don't know, 1600 on a new account, on a new freaking Tradeify eval account just because what I wanted to overtrade. I took 5 trades because I justified trading on London and New York and limiting that to 2 trades on each session, and I ended up trading like 5 times a day, and I'm down like 1200 now, which on like one day. So I'm really just limiting myself to New York AM only now. I'm not trading within the first 15 minutes because a lot of fake outs happen in the first 15 minutes. I'm not taking more than one trade. If I break even, I'm done. Like, screw that, I'm out. Why? Because once you hit break even, you already had your high quality setup and it already ran for the day. What makes you think you're gonna get it a second time, and what makes you think the results will be any? I mean, sometimes it will be different, but even if it is, it's like the liquidity that you already used on the first setup is probably gonna get exhausted soon, or if, like, you know, it already is, because depending on how long you stayed in that trader. Overall, just I'm not going in another one after breaking even. Like, I'm done for the day. So one trade, one high quality setup that I've back tested, and combined with all my checklist requirements that I have, like I have displacement, I have liquidity sweep, I have respecting structure, I have all my confluences, breaking structure and respecting, like filling the close above that structure again if I'm going shorts, like just like so many different confluences and rules for me to even enter the trade. So yeah, that's what I have, and then I only break even right after the first retest fails to close above again. So after that first retest, you know, if it doesn't run again, then maybe it's best just to get out, because you know, it keeps on trying to retest, it might just break through eventually. So that's why I break even after the first retest candle. But that is why psychology is so important, and what I have learned from it is that if you let your emotions run and break your own rules, which I definitely was breaking so many rules, like last week going into this week, and then I refined that all through Wednesday and Friday, and it's just like you're setting yourself back so much. And I can easily just reset my account right now, being 1600 in drawdown, or just take like one more mini trade and hoping that it goes back up. But is that really teaching me under pressure, or is that just relieving myself from that drawdown to give myself more room to make more mistakes, and then thinking, oh, okay, well, this 400 loss doesn't even matter that much anymore, or I'll be able to overtrade because, oh, well, you know, I still have a lot of buffer room. No. So my main goal for this week was just to retrain my mind on the psychological aspect of trading and being able to take a loss, because I know it feels really fucking shitty to take a loss, but you need to learn how to lose in order to actually be profitable. If I can walk away twice, or like 3 times out of 3 days losing a trade from my setup that has like a 70-80% win rate, I mean, and I know that I did everything right and I analyzed that trade after, it's like, you know, that's just landing on the wrong side of probability, and I'm going to continue trading that setup because I've already backtested it, and who knows, maybe I'll win the next 10 times over. So yeah, that's psychology in a nutshell, and what I've learned this past week of losing. And going into next week, I might reset the account, but I don't know. Maybe I'll just stick to trading micros until I have like an 800 buffer, and then I'll trade minis again. So yeah, that's the update for what I've learned from psychology of trading and what you should really be applying to your trading. If anybody's even watching this, just learn from my lesson, I guess. I don't know. All right, bye-bye.